Lord of the Flies is the story about a group of English boys on a plane being evacuated during World War II. They crash onto a deserted island. They struggle to survive on the island, and they hope for rescue. Alas, in the end, they are rescued. But Lord of the Flies is much more than a simple survival story. This is a miraculous story that can actually be compared to modern-day society, and possibly even the apocalypse.
Ralph, Jack, and Piggy are the main three characters in the story.
Ralph knows right from wrong and acts mature, but he is not mature. He is conflicted with the simplicity and peer pressure of childhood.
I want that fire, but I'm hungry. Shut up! I want the fire!
Piggy is the adult figure. He is mature and contains much knowledge and
I'm
logic.
gonna call Mom. Oh, I forgot. I have T-Mobile. I don't get service anywhere.
Jack is a hunter. He is very simplistic and barbaric. The collapse of Ralph's society brings about subgroups, or different social classes. The boys divide themselves into different categories. At first, the only division is between the big uns and the little uns. Towards the end, the ultimate division is between Ralph's group and Jack's group. They are unable to stay together and keep organized. Ralph's group stays sensible, whereas Jack's group has no rules.
But what keeps the divisions separate? Peer pressure and fear divides the society and keeps them apart. What causes their fear? Death, pain. What causes the death and pain? Rocks, spears, and fire. Weapons. Each group's weapons define who they are. The uses of the tools of the different groups causes their segregation. Keyword: segregation.
World War II started in 1939 and ended in 1945. The war came shortly after the Great Depression, which lasted from 1929 to 1933. Following World War II was the Cold War. World War II came about from the rise of totalitarian and militaristic powers in Japan, Italy, and Germany. The Great Depression was also a huge factor. All three powers adopted forms of dictatorship. World War II was fought between the Allies and the Axis. The highlight of World War II was the Holocaust. Adolf Hitler was a powerful dictator in Germany during World War II. He believed the Jewish religious society was a problem and a huge defect in society. He had concentration camps built throughout the country. Every Jewish person was captured and sent to one of the camps. Thousands of Jews were killed. They had to go through a series of selections, and if an individual did not pass the selection, that person would be killed.
But what were the deciding factors in a selection? I read the book Night by Elie Wiesel, an actual record of his time spent in a concentration camp. What I read was shocking. Jews were either kept alive to work or killed.
The way tools define the different groups in Lord of the Flies is the same way people's different characteristics defined who they were. Here's the breakdown. Babies were killed because they were absolutely useless. Women were killed because they were seen as useless during that time also. Men were kept alive by their age, stamina, and strength. Jews of the wealthy class would have possibly found out about the camps before it happened and would have possibly escaped from the country.
Does this concept still exist today? Of course it does. Individuals become who they are by what they are given and how they are influenced as a child.
It's the same with everyone, no matter what. Every situation and influence make a child grow into a particular adult. The world is full of diversity, which causes a lot of divisions. For example, two babies are born by two different families. One family is rich and the other is poor. The rich baby grows without much worry and has many opportunities for a future career. The poor baby lives a harsh life.
Could you Spanish change my point English kid? No!
The family must work very hard just to keep a living. In the end, the two babies become two different adults just because they were in different families. The three weapons in Lord of the Flies are rocks, spears, and fire. A rock is the most simplistic tool. A child can merely pick one up and throw it. A spear is a more complicated tool. It is a more organized form of attack. Fire is the most effective tool. It is the most powerful weapon. it can destroy everything. These three weapons can be compared to modern-day social classes. Rocks represent the poor lower class. Spears represent the average class. Fire represents the wealthy upper class.
So what were you given? A rock, a spear, or fire?